Welcome to the General Data Protection Regulation GDPR online course. Lesson 2 presents the duties and qualifications of the DPO and refers to the data controller and data processor. The lesson objectives are understanding the duties of the data protection officer, identifying the qualifications needed to become a data protection officer, and understanding the difference between the data controller and the data processor. This lesson will help you to better protect sensitive patient data, reduce the risk of data breaches, and ensure the confidentiality and integrity of healthcare information, develop a strong sense of responsibility for ethically handling patient data, and to communicate effectively with patients about using their data, enhancing transparency. The duties of the data protection officer. The GDPR provides for specific duties of the DPO and the corresponding obligations of the DPO's employer. Violating the DPO's provisions is punishable. Article 39. Duties of the Data Protection Officer. Duties the Data Protection Officer has, according to Article 39 of GDPR, is 1. To inform and advise the controller or processor and the processing employees of their obligations under the regulation and other Union of Member State provisions on data protection. 2. Monitor compliance with the regulation, other Union or Member State provisions of data protection and the policies of the controller or processor concerning the protection of personal data, including the delegation of responsibilities, awareness raising and training of officials involved in processing operations and relevant controls. 3. Advise, where requested, on the data protection impact assessment and monitor its implication by Article 35. 4. Cooperating with the supervisory authority, and 5. Act as a contact point for the supervisory authority on matters relating to processing, including the prior consultation referred to in Article 36, and consult as appropriate on any other matter. The qualifications of the Data Protection Officer. Article 37 of the General Regulation states that the DPO must be appointed based on their professional qualifications and in particular their expertise in data protection law and practice, as well as based on their ability to perform the duties referred to in Article 39. A DPO is a key role in an organization that is responsible for ensuring compliance with data protection regulations such as the EU General Data Protection Regulation or other data protection laws around the world. Under the GDPR, the DPO must have the following qualifications. 1. Specific knowledge on data protection laws and practices. The DPO must have a thorough understanding of GDPR and other relevant data protection laws, as well as knowledge on the data processing activities of the organization and the industry in which it operates. 2. Professional experience. The DPO must have experience in the field of data protection as well as a good understanding of information technologies and data security. 3. Ability to perform the required duties. The DPO must be able to perform their duties independently and have the necessary skills and knowledge to fulfill their responsibilities. 4. High level of integrity. The DPO must be trustworthy and have a high level of personal and professional integrity, as they will have access to sensitive data and will be responsible for ensuring compliance with data protection laws. 5. Good communication skills. The DPO must be able to communicate effectively with both internal stakeholders and data protection authorities. And lastly, 6. Languages. If the organization operates in multiple languages, the DPO should be able to speak the relevant languages used in data processing activities. It is important to note that these qualifications are not exhaustive and that organizations may have additional requirements for their DPO based on their specific needs and circumstances. ISO certification for DPO. The ISO 17024 2012 certification is an international certification that recognizes the professional competence of a person in a specific field. For a data protection officer to obtain ISO certification, they must adhere to the following steps. 1. Choose a recognized certifying authority in their country and meet the need of their business. 2. Check the certification requirements. For each certifying authority has different requirements for data protection officer certification depending on the level and area of expertise. They should check the certification requirements for their chosen certifying authority to see what skills and knowledge they need to achieve certification. The data controller and data processor. What is the difference between a data controller and data processor? It should be clear that the two parties have different legal responsibilities. The data controller determines the means and purposes of the data processing, where the data processor handles the data on behalf of the controller. Now, some additional information. The DPO facilitates compliance of the controller and processor with the provisions of the GDPR and mediates between the various stakeholders, such as supervisory authorities and data subjects. Their role is advisory, not decisive, and they have not personally liable for non-compliance with the GDPR, and the controller or processor is responsible for ensuring and being able to demonstrate that processing is carried out in accordance with the GDPR. Questionnaire. Please proceed to test your acquired knowledge with the following questionnaire. Thank you for participating in Module 4, Lesson 2.